Starter Pokemon. I tell ya, we love them so much. In every Pokemon game, we are presented with a set of 3 Pokemon to choose from. We get to choose the best friend of our journey, and we really start to bond with them as we play through the game and experience it. Each starter has its own uniqueness for anyone. There is literally a starter Pokemon for everyone, and we each have our own individual feelings as to why we love our favorite ones. I will say though, we also have ones we dislike, and some of mine might make you a little upset, but opinions are what make the world go round. That's why I wanted to rank every first starter, so you guys will know my opinions of each and every one of them. Remember, let's be sure to be respectful of each other's opinions, okay? I'm now going to step towards this trash can, and I'm gonna put this thing in here, okay? I'm simply removing it, so we don't have any problems, alright? Alright, good. Let's start the list now. So now that we've got that situation under control, we have a starter that I just don't like, rather than despise, Oshawott. I just never really liked it. Compared to last gen's Piplup being as cute as it was, I was just disappointed to be honest. Plus Ashes in the anime was just super annoying and soured the Pokemon for me even further. Maybe I could come to like it in the future, but I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. So this next Pokemon is actually pretty good, but as my breakfast instead of a partner. Yeah, we've got Tepig down here. Tepig is definitely cute, and I liked Ashes in the anime a lot. And while I'm trying to talk about the first stage by itself sometimes, it's hard to separate the 2 Pokemon it evolves into from it. And man, I do not care for those 2. I don't mind Emboar. Emboar's not bad, but Pignite really sours my entire experience for this line, including Tepig as well. Even putting that aside though, I don't really hate Tepig. It's just not one of my favorites. Up next is Sobble. Yeah, I actually really did like this little guy at first. I went back and forth over which starter I wanted to choose and ended up with Scorbunny, and thank Arceus for that. I just hate how Sobble turned out. That might not be fair to Sobble, but sometimes life isn't fair. Chespin is one of those starter Pokemon that's kinda just there for me. I don't hate it, I don't like it, but I can say I really like Clements in the X and Y anime. I loved how it would always sneak into Serena's bag and just steal her Pokepuffs. I did find that humorous, I can admit that. Also for some obscure reason, I love that it has rollout. For some reason, I just get satisfied seeing it sweep Violet's team. So this is the point of the list where I actually start to like the starter Pokemon. I'm pretty fair to the majority of them, there are just those few that I wasn't a huge fan of. Anyways, the first Pokemon on this side of the rankings is Popplio. Popplio actually used to be my favorite of the Alola starters. However, my tastes just changed a lot over time. That doesn't mean that I don't like it though. The sea mermaid aesthetic is just adorable, and it's not hard to like in my opinion. I really liked Lana's in the anime, and its progression all the way up into a Primarina. It may not be the best Alola starter to me anymore, but it still has a special place in my heart. Here's a Pokemon that I find to be pretty dang cute. I love Litten a lot, and the Pokemon Sun and Moon anime made me like it even more as well. If you ever saw what happened to Ash's Litten, you would love it too. Following Litten is our newest grass starter, the adorable little chimp, Grookey. Grookey, while obviously not being my favorite of the Galar bunch, is still leagues better than my least favorite. Grookey is actually kind of a hard one to describe why I like it so much. Of course it's cute, but it just makes me feel warm inside when I look at it. It just puts a big smile on my face. I really can't wait to see a Grookey in the anime. I imagine it will be super cute and make any episode it's in 100 times better. Next is Piplup. And I mean, come on, who doesn't love Piplup? Bad people, that's who. I mean, its design is just perfect for a penguin Pokemon. Ice-Cue's cool and all, but Piplup is the superior penguin Pokemon. Then we have Dawn's Piplup. It may have acted prideful and snobby from time to time, but it still had a great personality outside of that. It always got its spotlight and had great comedic relief. I don't really have much else to say about Piplup. It's adorable and funny, and it doesn't need much else other than that. Serena really made me appreciate Fennekin with hers. Her and her Fennekin are super close to each other, and work together greatly in Pokemon performances. Shortly after Fennekin, we have Froakie. Froakie was my first starter in X and Y, and I loved using it. The way Ash captured his Froakie and met it in the Pokemon anime also impacts how much I like Froakie too. It's a great frog Pokemon, and the concept of it was also done right. Do you like Mudkips? Yes. Yes, I do. If you don't like Mudkip, then you shouldn't be watching this video. There is a reason why he is the best starter in the Hoenn games, in-game wise. All the best teams I've written about this mon makes me happy for it to be here. Also, Mudfish are just great. Here's my favorite of the Alola bunch, Rowlet. This little backpack bird is just one of the cutest Pokemon to ever grace this series. First off, I really like it when starters sort of dual typings, so seeing Rowlet as a grass flying type was kinda cool, but giving me the fake out and turning into grass ghost later on made me like the line as a whole even more. The design is just fantastic, with its stoic face, and how it just looks back at you in battle. It's fantastic. Don't even get me started with Ashes in the anime. I mean, that Decidueye hood? Come on, that's stupidly cute. I really hope we get to see it again in Journey sometime in the future for sure too. The next Hoenn starter I like is Torchic. I have more of a personal history with its 2 evolutions, so I will just keep Torchic short. Torchic is just a super cute starter. May had one in her anime journey, and it grew on me a lot. It also had a rather sassy personality, which grew on me for sure too. Soccer Bunny! I'm so glad that Scorbunny is in my top 10 favorite first stage starters. I started with one in my first playthrough of Shield, and it also made the best starter in both the Sword and Shield best teams. I liked Scorbunny the moment I saw it in the Sword and Shield trailer. It grew on me a lot for sure, especially after watching Go encounter one. I'm also really excited to talk about Scorbunny's evolution line too, because I like Scorbunny as much as I do the other two evolve forms. God, I used to really dislike Charmander a few years back. I feel bad about it honestly, because I gave it so much slack about being overrated. But we all know we secretly loved Ash's Charmander as kids. I did, I admit it. Plus Charmander's backstory with Damien being a jerk gets me in the feels every time. I'm not super huge on Generation 4, but I can gladly put Chimchar in my top 8 favorites. I'm a huge Dragon Ball fan, so Chimchar reminds me of a baby Goku and Vegeta. Ash's Chimchar also furthers the fact I love this Pokemon. What Paul did to him was messed up, but Ash rescued him from his despair, and I think that Chimchar is one of my favorite Pokemon Ash had. I have a Sceptile that is over 14 years old. I got it as a Trico way back when I was a young kid. What inspired me to pick Trico actually was Ash's. I loved its demeanor and attitude so much. The twig it had in its mouth still resonates with me to this day. My second favorite water starter of all time has to be this hyper little guy. Totodile is just chaos in the form of an alligator, and I love it. Ash's was always just going berserk, and I loved it so much as a kid. It's kinda hard to believe this is my least favorite of the Johto starters. I'm sorry I don't have more to say about Totodile, but nostalgia really just pushes things along with some of these. Ash's Snivy is the number one reason why I picked Snivy as my starter in Pokemon Black and White. I was a little late to the Gen 5 party, so I saw the anime before I played the games. Snivy's backstory, its sassy attitude, I love it. I will happily put it in my top 5 every time. To all the Totodile fans out there, I'm sorry. I like Cyndaquil more. It's my favorite all-time fire-type starter. I had a Cyndaquil in a silver playthrough a long time ago that I leveled up all the way to level 100. I thought I was the coolest kid on my block when I got mine to level 100 finally. Back then as kids, EVs didn't exist. It was just about being smart and using the Pokemon properly, which I think is how Pokemon should be played. So my all-time favorite water starter Pokemon has to be Squirtle. I mean, there's just so much good that has come from Squirtle over the years. Ash's Squirtle was just so cool, especially when he was the leader of the Squirtle squad, causing mischief wherever they went. Even when he stopped all the shenanigans, you could still see his goofy side, which was always a joy to see. Putting the anime aside though, it's just a fun Pokemon to use in-game, especially in Pokemon Fire and Leaf Green. I will say the one disappointment I have with Squirtle in recent times was from that Go event where they had Squirtle with sunglasses and Niantic put the wrong ones on them. But that's Niantic's fault, not Squirtle's. In the penultimate spot on this list, we have my second favorite grass starter Pokemon, and that is none other than Bulbasaur. Yeah, from the original Kanto trio, I'm a Bulbasaur kid, through and through. I know I may have said I like Squirtle more on Twitter not too long ago, but I take that back. Bulbasaur gave me a good Vine Whip and knocked some sense into me. It's the superior Kanto starter, and that's a fact. I mean, when playing through the Kanto games, it's the best starter to use. It has the whole dual typing from the get-go thing that I like, and is just adorable. Ash's in the anime, as I like to bring up for a lot of his entries, made me love it even more. Before joining Ash, it was so protective of other Pokemon and acted like a big brother to them. Then once Ash proved he had a good heart, he decided to join him. From then on, he just acted super chill, while also being pretty powerful when Ash needed him in battle. I could go on and on about Bulbasaur, but it would wear everyone out. So I'll just move on to the obvious number 1 spot. Everyone knows what my favorite starter first form is. This little cutie has been my favorite since the first day I saw her. She was one of my first starters, and she helped me get through some of the toughest times in my life. Umbreon's done a lot, sure, but she's helped a lot too. I spent hours watching the Pokemon anime as a kid, and watching Ash's Chikorita being super sweet to him. It's adorable, has the cutest attitude, and we have a strong bond that can't be broken. Chikorita will always be my favorite. Nothing will sever that, ever. Well, that wraps up my rankings of all the first stage starters, worst to best. This was obviously my personal opinion on the Pokemon, rather than basing it on their strength like I had before, so try not to dig into me too much. We all have our own opinions, and I just wanted to express mine. I have to ask though, how did you feel about this list? Did you agree, or do you have your own order? Definitely let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, why not leave a like and subscribe to my channel with notifications on, that way you never miss an upload. If you guys enjoyed this content, maybe you'll enjoy my anime content and gaming content as well. I do a lot of anime top 10s and discussions, and with the gaming channel, I play Pokemon and everything Nintendo. Also follow me on social media so you get updates about when I go live on Twitch or when I upload in general. Links for all that will be in the description below. If you want to support me even further and gain cool perks, check out my Patreon. These lovely people have all given me their support over there, and I couldn't be more grateful to them. I think I'm gonna wrap this up though. I'm Mystic Umbreon, and I will see you in the future for more awesome Pokemon content.